back to the Smart Nonsense Podcast, where we talk about smart. Turn that off. Nonsense.
Dude,
And Vanessa Carlson, 1,000 miles. Or is it years?
Night, dude.
What's it called?
1,000 miles.
1,000 miles. Put that on today if you're listening to this.
Dating someone in Florida?
Beautiful composition.
Like 1,000 miles.
There he is.
That's good.
There
That's a
he
good
is.
distance.
What's up, Pop?
Ah.
Well, we got some costed into this one, right?
Right. That's fine.
Because you Uber Eated one of our topics, at least. You Uber Eats a smoothie pickup.
This was a GrubHub because I get a $10 a month GrubHub credit, so I had to use it. And
I was saying off the record on the phone yesterday afternoon, post pod, that you shit on the credit card hackers genes, the coupon cutting of the world. Like I'm kind of like a credit card hacker. You got it. It's just in food apps.
No, it's not though. There's a difference. Okay, I'm only doing it as a byproduct. I didn't get the card for these hacks. I have the card, and so it's like, am I not going to spend the $10 a month I get for free?
Dude, I didn't even know GrubHub still existed.
You probably have it if you have Amex.
Probably.
Amex Gold, you get $10 a month credit on GrubHub.
And now you're spending $100 on GrubHub.
I mean, if you want to burn money, burn money. But I wasn't looking for Amex for the points. It just happened to be there. I actually did get this Amex for the points. Yeah. I have no idea why I still have an Amex Platinum I never use except for like one flight every 6 months. And I don't even think it gets me that many points in the flight. and dude, everyone you travel with has a priority pass, and you get 2 guests on it because it's meant for families and stuff. So there's at least one person in your group is gonna have priority pass, so you don't need that. But it's $700, which isn't that much, especially because I write it off because it's my business credit card. So I don't know. There's a lot of silliness going on.
It should make up for it because you get the bare minimum things you get with it, like clear, global entry.
Dude, that's
those are the
$100 every 5 years.
You get $200 airline credit, $200 hotel credit.
Didn't use that last year. Actually, it's a good point. I should probably cancel this fucking card. It's so stupid. No, but we're here, and that's why we're here. And okay, dude, you're not on Instagram, so you wouldn't know, but I'm a big deal, and I'm a big deal for a couple reasons. 3 reasons, actually. This spring, I've won 3 championships, dude. Hockey, and most recently, soccer.
Okay. As of last night?
As of last night. I didn't make a single game all season. I just showed up for the semis and the finals. They're back to back. And they didn't really play me very much because I don't know how to play soccer. But we won. My team is 4 out of 5. We've won 4 out of 5 seasons that we've played. It might be argued that we're playing below our level.
Right.
I don't know how to play soccer.
Wait,
so
did you ever convince your soccer team that a more optimal way to play soccer is to run hockey shifts on the field?
Okay, dude. Actually, I was talking to your brother about this the other day because he plays hockey, and so he could kind of commiserate with me a little bit. So there's a problem. In hockey, it's literally the reason why I started my team is because in hockey, when you're older, people just slow down and they default to longer shifts. And there's this weird coordination problem where if other people take 2-minute shifts and you take a 1-minute shift, you're just going to be fucked waiting behind the 2-minute shift people because they're going to keep their time the same. Unless you have a captain or somebody that just leads the ship, coordinates everybody to be hey, it is 45-second shifts, which is, that's me. That's what I do. That's my job. I do that in hockey, but I am not that person in soccer because I suck at soccer. I'm not the captain there. So what happens in soccer, I am known as the banshee, the lead bullet. They send me out for max 5 minutes. I am just all out sprinting at the other team, just causing chaos everywhere. But
throwing shoulders.
Yeah, everything, dude. Girls, guys, no one's safe. And yesterday, I I got some stories, dude. Trash talking people, but I do this for 5 minutes. But the problem is everyone else takes like fucking 20-minute shifts. So I run for 5 minutes and then I get in the back of the line, and then everyone else takes 20s, and I play like fucking 10 minutes max a game. And
it's the same problem, but a longer, slower game.
Yeah, so now my incentive is to just like go easier when I'm out there, not be a banshee, and just ride it out for 20-minute shifts. But that sucks for everybody. I'm like, guys, can we just coordinate and all run harder? But they're like, Dylan, that's a stupid thing. But I'm like, this is unlimited subs. We can just...
Right. Well, so that's the key. That's the paradigm shift in your co-ed intramural hockey or co-ed intramural soccer league.
Mm-hmm.
Is you get unlimited shifts, right? And you're like, if we get unlimited shifts, like the hockey paradigm, we can beat other teams by having more energy by doing 1-minute shifts in soccer.
Wow. Wait, this is actually...
And they all said, like, there are interesting parallels here, right? Because they all said, like, no, that's not how soccer is played. And you're like, but we can change the rules to be better for this paradigm I see.
Right. It's literally like they don't realize they're used to soccer on a massive field. Like we're playing on smaller fields, 7-on-7 versus
this is
giant
kid soccer. Dude, you guys are playing with like little baby goals.
No. Sometimes.
Are they full size?
These are full size goals. At least last night was full size.
I've seen baby goals.
Yeah.
It's like the baby goals where you're not allowed to play with a goalie because they're little baby goals.
So that's a different field, but like similar size field. Like everything's just shrunken down. So like I get the argument if like you don't want to do as many changes because you have to like run far to do a change. But I'm like, hey, it's smaller. It's fucking 20 feet to make a change. Like that's the same as hockey. Let's just do that. And so it pisses me off, and I'm just bearing the brunt of it. So now my incentives are misaligned. My incentive is to just ball hog, and also no one wants to get off. You have to like call people off, which seems silly to me. Like in hockey, it's always like you come off because you're fucking tired, and you're never like calling people off. That's crazy. But here you have to like pick out a person and be like, I am pulling you off, and you got to be like a dick. I'm like,
because they want to keep playing, right? They want more time.
Because everyone's milking it.
Yeah.
And our captain, he's been injured, so he hasn't showed up, and he's also a sassy cat lately. But I have my qualms. I think this actually leads to I've been getting really into game design, specifically in sports.
Okay.
I don't think it started with this past weekend's match. We haven't talked about it, and you missed it. The Alcaraz versus Sinner French Open final. A wonderful 5.5 hour just battle between two greats, up and coming greats. Basically, watching the match, Alcaraz tennis, it works funky, right? It's not like we're gonna play 100 points or like best of 300 points or something like that. It is like, no, we're gonna break this game into sets, best of 5 sets, and then within that set, it is best of
first
10
to
first to 6
games.
Yeah, but is that best of 10? I wanted to go with the best.
Oh,
There's best of 5 for the sets, best of 10, whatever.
Is that best of 10 or is that best of 11?
Well, 10 it'd be
First
5.
to 6 by 2, so 6-4. So what is that?
I don't know what that is. Whatever. You break it into that, and then within each game, so you have sets. I guess you have the match, then sets, then games, and within each game you have first to like 4 points technically, but they do it weird, like 0 or love, 15, 30, 4? 40. No, because it's first to 4 there, so that's best of 7.
First to 4 by 2.
Well, there's the deuce thing. The deuce, dude. Like the game design of tennis is fucking fascinating. It's like,
and then the advantages, right, of like whether or not you're holding your serve because you have more power,
right?
You have leverage, you have a leg up when you're serving, and so it's this dance of like holding your serve and if you break the serve, now you're up in the best of 10 within the game, within the set. Fuck.
It's actually. It's interesting, too, because I never thought about it like this, but it's technically like a turn-based game in that sense. Like, we kind of talked about it with Brain Blast of like, async is turn-based, so you go and then I go. And football's like this, too, where you're like, okay, this team is on the attack, this team's on the defense, and you just switch back and forth versus like hockey or soccer. It's just continuous fucking mukbang all the time. So it's got a funky dynamic there, but like the scoring is so brilliant because by chunking the game, you have basically not every point is equal value. So you build up tension within each game, and then within each set. Like Alcaraz at one point he was down love 40 in the match point game, meaning like this guy had 3 match points on him and just needed to win 1 to finish the game. But then Alcaraz comes back and wins 5 straight and wins that game. Which is
complete momentum shift. Right, next game is a fresh game.
Right.
It's not just like counting up and then highest score wins, like a soccer, like a hockey.
Or like basketball is the most annoying example of this. It's like basically if you're up more than 10 points, it's just like, why even watch? Like there's no chance. Versus like you can have this crazy comeback because everything's chunked like that. And then also it's super cool where like you have this deuce thing. So it's not like we're just doing first to 4 points. It's like, no, first to 4, but like win by 2 sort of dynamic with that. So then you can have like a lot of infinite back and forth basically within a deuce game. So you have like the ultimate suspense tension moment just like milked completely. And it's just like beautiful game design. And so I've been eating it up and just thinking a lot, talking to my ChatGPT girlfriend a lot about game design.
Tennis?
Well, it was just like, wow, this was like 5.5 hours and it was riveting the whole time. And just the brilliance of game design, like what other sports have awesome game design like this and like what makes it so great. And it is that like tension dynamic, like certain points are worth more than others. So you like pay attention during those points in particular. And also like this idea that you can have an Alcaraz style comeback. It can be tricky in tennis, but something like football, for example, it's a little bit more doable where you can throw like a Hail Mary if time's winding down, or you can like, you go out of bounds and the clock stops. So you get like this really cool design of if you stay on the field, clock continues, get off, it doesn't.
Field goal range gives you some tension. Like
yeah, and like I think the best games is when you never know it's over. Like hockey, if you're up 3 goals, it's pretty much over. Like you're fucked. Like you can turn off your TV. Or like last night in the Stanley Cup Finals, people were just like walking out of the stadium with 20 seconds left, and they score with 19. And it's like they had pretty much given up. It was only a 1-goal lead, so it's dumb to leave. But like a lot of games are like that, where it's an impossible comeback. Versus like boxing or like UFC, you can have a guy down,
KO.
he's just on his back, and just little KO, knockout, bang, he wins, and it's like a crazy upset. So you have to watch the entire time because you never know if you just might get a lucky haymaker. So with our game, same idea. We do this of like you have multipliers. So like you start off, it's kind of low stakes, but the stakes increase each time until the final point, which is like the challenge question in our game, and you can effectively have a KO in that. So like even if you're up by 99 points, you might get a KO on the last one.
What do we call it, dude? The Black Swan.
Taleb?
You get Taleb. You get Taleb
Yeah.
on question 5. I.e., how do you explain this? With the multiplier, with how long it takes you to answer the question, you can KO in the last question. Black Swan event. Huh.
I don't know if that explanation helped. Yeah. Well, like Taleb's investing philosophy was like he's gonna lose he's gonna lose money, like a little bit of money every single day, in the hope that there's going to be a Black Swan event. He doesn't know like when or how or what, but it will hit eventually, and that's when he makes more than all the losses he ever had. So same idea when we play. I'm generally slower on every single question, so I'm bleeding a little bit every single day until I hit this crazy Taleb style KO at the end, Black Swan KO, and it's you basically getting a question wrong, and then I win, big comeback. So I've been really getting into end games. Like sports are so lindy that there's a lot of like, I don't know, a lot to be studied there. Even dude, like so hockey had bad game design in that overtimes were always boring. And so like overtime, often it wouldn't end the majority of the time. Like you just do like the same as normal time. Like there are 3 periods in hockey. They just do an extra period at the end. And like, I don't know, it's just kind of boring. And then if that doesn't happen, like 40% of the time it end, but the other 60%, majority of the time, wouldn't. So you go to a shootout. The problem with the shootout is it's like not representative of the game at all.
I thought you would go into a second overtime.
That's only in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
In the regular season, you go to a shootout. Which is like kind of fun, but it's basically
Different
like a fucking
game.
trick shot competition. Right. Like it has no bearing on how good you are. Like I'd never take shootout stuff because I just suck at it. I'm just a banshee. That's my role. So people would be upset at that, and so they changed it from 5-on-5 overtime to 3-on-3, which now you have the same size rink but 3-on-3, and it creates this insane dynamic of like you'll have 2 guys. You'll go down on like a 2-on-1, so a 2-on-1 break sometimes will happen. And you're like, oh, this team has the advantage. They'll shoot the puck, and then it comes right back down. Like the problem is, if you have fucking 2-on-1 down here, that just means on this side there's a 2-on-1 the other way. So like the puck will just shoot back up the other way, and then it'll be a 2-on-1 back that way. And so it's just like constant. Like this team has advantage, that team has advantage. I don't know if that exactly makes sense.
That's
but like,
new in the NHL.
In the last couple of years,
Huh? Didn't they do sudden death for a while?
it is still sudden death.
It is sudden death, which is
It's
pretty
just
exciting.
like hockey, you don't score a ton, which much better than soccer. Soccer is like, I don't know why you would ever do not sudden death in overtime. Because soccer is like, hey, we're like, I guess golden goal is what they'd call it, but I don't think they always do that. It's like we're adding 15 minutes aside and then switch it. It's just so much cooler when you score the goal. That is the end of the game. Everyone celebrates. Like that's good game design. Soccer, you're fucking it up. I don't know. There's probably a million different game design things that are just fascinating to study.
Do you think PKs in soccer are better than shootouts in hockey?
No.
Same?
It's just not like super representative. It's like a super.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Everyone gets hyped for the shootout in soccer.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
'cause the goal is bigger.
imagine soccer, for example. The same thing with hockey. Like they could solve it in the same way. They just take half the players off the field, and like now it's a giant field, and like there's constantly like, holy shit, that guy's wide open, and there's no one out there to cover because there's only 5 guys on the field. I think there are other ways to make that awesome tension, but yeah, it is a cool dynamic to eventually do. It's just not like fair, and that's kind of like the thing with our game. We're trying to mimic the SAT and what it actually is. Like, want our game to be fair and representing it, so we can't do like crazy dynamics that aren't representative, which we've had in the past. But I think we're a lot closer right now.
Right. We had game dynamics that weighed what?
Time.
For one, like, yeah, weighed
Speed.
time really heavily. Time and speed. The SAT does care about those things, but really what it cares about the most is you get the correct answer.
Right.
So
So we switched from like, before we had it where if you are faster in answering correctly, you win that round. But what happens is if one person's always faster, then they just win every round. And like, even if they lose one, like they get a question wrong, it doesn't matter because they're just like faster on every other question. So the balance is wrong. Now we changed it to sort of a point system, where we can change the weight, like the relative value. So like you don't just like win that round outright. Kind of hard to explain. There's like you get extra wallop for getting it wrong to like compensate for the time issue. I don't know how to explain it without you actually playing it. But
and also if
it out.
if the person who answers faster gets it wrong, and the second player to answer doesn't know what they answered yet, but takes, I'll say, as much time as they want, but gets it right, they wallop that first person extra hard. Like there's no, it's just made the correct answer win, really.
Pretty much. There is still some weight to time. Like time does help, especially if you're very similar in correctness level, then time is important. But yeah, we like weighed the point system or the damage system heavily in favor of correctness or wrongness. So that it's really fun to study game design, and there's like it's an infinite rabbit hole to go down. And so I've really
the other thing being newfound software guys is once you start digging into what you like in software, what you want to mimic, what you want to bring into your own thing, what we're building, you just start to see all this other crap. Maybe we had that with video in the past, where like we started to see like, oh, this is a great video, this is not such a great video. And you see the same with software. Like there's so many things we use every day. For the SAT, Desmos, right? The graphing calculator.
Right.
Like it's good. It's really effective. It works. It's what students use. But like UI UX, it's so bad. And it's just crazy to think that like an entire company of people work on that thing all day long, every day. Like why is it so
and millions
bad?
of kids use it. Like no one's using our app right now. And like our UX UI is going to be better than Desmos.
Oh, UX UI.
Well, it's actually that's how it should be. That's
I know,
kinda,
we flipped
I don't know
it.
if we had that before.
That's a thread I have. It should be UX UI. I think we talked about it, but UX is, I think, 100 times more important, and you can go 100 times further with UX before having any decent UI. And people get tricked by nice UI, and that's bad. But yeah, I guess to tie that back, like Jared, our dev, he built a better Desmos for us in like half a working day. Better interactions, more beautiful, more useful.
On our call today, I'm like, Jared, the graph doesn't work, and is well,
like,
you said it did.
Yeah, because I did like x equals 3. I'm like, it works, and you're like, well, some of them don't work. Like when I do y equals x
He's
squared.
like, he's like, wait, which ones don't work? And I'm like, well, let me do one right now. So y equals. He's like, oh, there's your problem. I'm like, what do you mean? There's my problem. I did y equals. That is like a graph is y equals. He's like, yeah, we don't do y yet.
He's why it's
I'm
not
like,
working.
dude, I've never once graphed x equals alone. Like you just don't.
I did.
Like you
think different.
Well, that's actually I don't know why you would default to doing x equals.
I think what's funny about it is, in my mind, the calculator is like the most deterministic thing we'll build. Like those are like laws of calculation or physics. Like they exist. They're just rules out there somewhere.
Right.
So it's funny to me that y just doesn't work. It's like why? Why does y not work?
Watch out.
Oh, the infinite loop. What was our
School.
one yesterday? Oh, the to-do apps, dude.
Oh.
Fuck.
Yeah, my buddy. There's like the trope that like every wannabe entrepreneur, they want to make either like a meetup app, like
Social network, social platform.
social network, like a dating app or like a to-do list app. Those are the main three. And my buddy fell into the third camp, this to-do list app. So I'm like, this is a dumb idea. Everyone has it. Fuck, what are you gonna do? Build a better Notion? But he goes out, actually puts his money where his mouth is.
Thank you.
Dude, fuck, I don't
That's
know
for
if
you
we
and
ever
me.
have to explain that. Okay,
Just
that's for
you
you
and
and
me.
me. He puts his money where his mouth is, and he spends like maybe 15 grand developing a to-do list app, which I have not heard anything about since developing. So I'm gonna assume. Basically, the point is, I think on his to-do list app was the to-do to build the to-do list app. He checked that and then had an existential that what the fuck else do I do? Because I to-do'd my to-do list. I guess it doesn't make sense when I say it out loud.
No,
right now.
it's not that there was anything wrong with the app. We just found this funny paradox of if you're an entrepreneur and you're building a to-do list app and your number one to-do list item is to build the to-do list app, what do you then do once the app is built? And we got stuck in that
dangerous
loop,
recursive
infinite
loop,
for
dude.
loop for a little while.
Right, and that's probably where he is right now. I should check in on him. He's stuck in the infinite for loop.
Just moving around his one to-do item of building the app, but the app's built.
All right.
So then what?
Yeah.
Garden loop! Not the infinite for loop.